All right, well, we're live. We were just having a spirited conversation behind the scenes, but now it's time for Sapphire. And joining us is our Sapphire runner that we love the most, BluMagma. How's it going, Blue?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Also, I apologize. Grace, you have to fix all of the game info because you updated it to Snap. And
CC looks different today.
You fucked it. Fix it now! This is not
Fix
gonna be like,
it.
We will not go another inch. I will turn this car around.
That's it. Weekend one.
He deserves better. He doesn't deserve this. Okay, thank you. Now, where were we? What are we doing today?
So, today, thank you for asking, we are getting soft locked. We are putting the game in a state to where we can no longer progress. There's nothing we can do. There's no escape. The only way to fix the game is to clear your save data and start all over. So that's the goal of today's run.
Oh.
Alrighty.
So...
I think we had some polls recently.
Yeah.
All right. Gaffy, can you get the one from Tiltify? I've got to load up.
Absolutely. I was just thinking of how dirty chat kind of did you. So, in the starter selection, it was Trico versus Mudkip, and I would think you're biased towards one way. Blue in the name, a little Mudkip on the mic, and so naturally, all of the money went towards Trico.
All right, I'm fine with that.
I did you wrong.
Trico is a very new strategy, new route, so I'm excited to show it off. But if we're ready to start, I'm ready when you all are. And I think there might have been a player nickname, which will come up pretty quick once we get started.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I know we had the poll.
I remember because I'm egotistical.
Okay,
it's Gaffy.
Won? Oh, Gaffy won. Okay, there you go.
Gaffy, all right.
All right, well, whenever you're ready, give us a countdown.
All right, I'll count you down from 3, and then I'll say go, and I'll start on go. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
And good luck.
Thank you. So, yeah, we're doing Gaffy all capitals, Gaffy with lowercase.
Yeah, all caps is good.
All right.
I've written
Put some
it in
respect on my name.
That's as efficient as we can make it anyways, so it's good.
I like your shirt, by the way.
Thank you very much. F E Y. Okay. Looks good to me.
Man, I hope I don't mess this up.
Oh, don't fuck up.
So, we do play as the girl for pretty much any Ruby and Sapphire run. There's a couple reasons. One is the location of your house will be different, which changes the amount of steps that you need to take in order to make it to the next route. Which step count has some niche applications for certain RNG manipulation. And then also when you have the boy as your rival, he has slightly shorter text boxes on certain dialogues, so that saves a few frames. Now, here's already off the bat, we're gonna see a difference for the Trico route. We're just gonna set the clock right away. There's actually a hidden potion in that PC over there on our desk. You can take a potion out of there, which for Mudkip is actually very useful. It's pretty unlikely to make it out of the first couple routes without that extra potion. But Trico actually does not need it. And most of you have probably heard of Ruby and Sapphire before. But if you haven't, Ruby and Sapphire were released at the same time, but they were the first Generation 3 Pokemon games, and the first Pokemon games to take place in the Hoenn region. This is my favorite Pokemon region of all time. And unfortunately, we won't get to see too much of the story in this run. We're actually, small spoiler, we're only going to get one gym badge before the run ends. And then we'll do a little bit of a detour to get what we need. but we'll get to see a little glimpse of the story. Okay, so right off the bat, we're saving before we choose our starter. This is not just a safety strat, this is very important. So I'm actually timing these inputs with a timer that I have in my ear. This should be it. We might have gotten it first try. So, RNG is deterministic in this game, at least when you have a dry internal battery. That's why you saw the sort of dry battery text whenever we restarted the game. Which means that if we time our inputs properly, we can actually consistently get the same outcome. Okay, I'm gonna pay attention here for just a second. Beautiful. So, more RNG manipulation there. We actually manipulated no encounters for both of these routes, assuming I did lists correctly, so we can go the entire way without getting any encounters. And I'm gonna check my stats here just to be 100% sure. Okay, awesome. We did get the correct Trico. So every frame, the game will have a different RNG value, and by choosing our Trico on the correct RNG value, we can get really good stats and a really good nature. So we have a naughty nature, which gives us plus attack, 10% attack boost, and a minus special defense nature, which is minus 10% special defense. And special defense is actually totally irrelevant in this category. There's actually like no Pokemon that have any special moves for like the first gym, or anywhere before the first gym, so it's really nothing to worry about in terms of special defense. So practically it's just a attack boost, which is very important. And that RNG value, like I said, is changing every frame. So to get the correct stats on the Trico, we have to hit a 1-frame window at 60 frames per second, which is about 16 milliseconds, 16 to 17 millisecond window. And we actually got it first try, which is really surprising. Even the best runners on a good day generally don't get more than a 50 or 60% success rate on that, so that's very nice to get that first try. A little bit more about soft lock percent. So I mentioned we're going to put the game into a state where there's no way to actually continue. There's no way to make any more progress. This specific category allows glitches. There is already a soft lock glitchless category that doesn't allow glitches. So you can actually completely break your game without any glitches or anything. It involves beating the first 5 gym leaders, including Norman, and then teleporting back to Dewford Town. The boat that's supposed to be there won't actually spawn there because the game thinks that you should have surf already. But the game doesn't actually check to make sure you got surf first. And they actually fixed this in Emerald, which is kind of interesting. They force you to get surf immediately after beating Norman, instead of just letting you pick it up on your own. But with glitches, like significant glitches in this game, were actually only very recently discovered. They were thought to be exclusive to the Japanese version of the game, until back in, I think, October or so of last year, I found that they worked on the English version as well. So there's been a ton of developments and research into what kind of crazy glitches you can do. And one of them is soft locking the game. We got a pretty lucky crit turn 1 there.
I'm so used to doing archipelagos and Emerald that, like, this seems like I'm, like, living life at, like, a tenth of the speed.
No instant text.
I know.
Yeah.
You're walking everywhere. I'm like, oh my god. I forgot how slow the game can be.
Yeah, we actually will not even get a bike in this run. Okay. Trace is maximum time loss for an encounter. Gives us that extra text box for no reason, so that's fun. Ralts is a 4% encounter as well, so that was pretty rare. Alright, and those of you that saw my NA% run at the last SDAT might notice that we're buying orange males. It's not harbor males this time, but it is still a type of male. And that is very relevant. I know, it's a huge pivot. It's a major difference. But everyone knows that harbor males were so 2023, and orange males are the new hot trend.
Yeah, Harbor Mail so last year, guys. Come on.
Here we're just doing a catch tutorial. There's not really too much to discuss. There is a astronomically low chance that Wally can kill the Ralts. It is technically human viable to manipulate it, but it would probably still end up being slower, just because of all the prep that would go into it, all the setup.
What would happen if he kills the Ralts?
If he kills the Ralts, the tutorial ends early. He doesn't do any of what he's doing right now. So it just ends.
Does he get the Ralts?
He does. He will still have the Ralts later in the rest of his battles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, interesting.
Yep. The task does manipulate the kill, which saves, you know, for a task which doesn't really need to do setup, they can just get it every time. It saves like 30 seconds almost, so it's pretty significant.
Huh. I guess since I'm a Pokemon normie, how is it that you can change it so he does kill it?
There's somewhat complicated RNG determinations that happen during battles. The amount of damage that a Pokemon does on a given turn is actually random, and the Zigzagoons and Ralts' stats are also random. So with really good attack, really low defense, and all that stuff... messed up my movement there. But with just the right combinations of really good luck and really good stats, there's a chance that you can kill the Pooch, or kill the Ralts.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's like so many things going right for you, right? You should need to roll perfect on the attack, on the Zigzagoon, the defense on the Ralts, and have like a perfect attack.
Yeah.
Mercury SB retrograde, it's insane.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, I'm messing up my timing here. My bad. But yeah,
We'll be quiet.
The two attacks alone. Oh my gosh. The two attacks alone are a 1 in 256 chance. And that's not even including the stats and stuff like that, which is also very, very unlikely. So yeah, multiplying all that together, it becomes pretty rare. So again, anytime you see me save and quit, I'm generally doing an RNG manipulation. Okay, Okay, I don't know why this is breaking out. This is a bit unfortunate. We'll just do this the old-fashioned way. Timers might have gotten a little messed up. It's okay. Just weaken it. Catch it like normal. Oh my gosh. This Wingle.
He's feisty, man.
This is supposed to be like the easiest manipulation, and we got the stupid Trico first try. Okay, let's try this one more time. The frame perfect window we get first try, and this is what gives us problems.
So this like you have a metronome playing or something that helps you with the timing, or?
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Messed up.
I had no idea. This is brilliant.
Yes, it's very useful. There we go. Okay. And then, yeah, I'm also timing the throwing the Pokeball using the metronome, which has, yeah. It's supposed to consistently catch this in the Pokeball. I think I can try a different timer. Okay, let me try a different timer real quick. Yeah, these metronomes are measured in milliseconds, so you know they're very precise. So if things get thrown off a little bit, I can mess up the flow. And yeah, in Sapphire, you can only really do RNG manipulations. Oh my gosh. You can only really do RNG manipulations if you have a dry internal battery. You can always just take out the battery, which is an option, but it makes things work consistently after a save and quit. But if you don't have a dry battery, then that's not really the case.
So I just want to make sure I understand. You can just take the battery out, right?
Yes, that also works.
So when Grace was talking earlier about how she was going to sell her burned out cartridge to a speedrunner, there's no market for that.
Not really. It's pretty easy to open up and remove the battery.
And you're such a nice person for not saying anything. I would have been like, I would have written her a new one.
Okay, well after that struggle, we finally got our Wingle in the ball.
Yo, is that Debo?
It's him.
Honestly, I should have just skipped the Wingle. It doesn't have to be a Wingle. That's just something that we normally catch in any percent. So it's nice to have something consistent, but that was not consistent today for some reason. I probably should have saved
Marathon
before
luck,
this
you
fight.
know?
Yeah, that was marathon skill, I guess. I don't know. It's not supposed to be luck, but things happen. Okay, we are missing a lot. This is dangerous. Okay, I need to hit this move or I die. Okay, good. Ooh. That was a little too close for comfort, but we're alive. Okay. But pretty soon, we'll get to see the reason why Trico is so strong. Mudkip is very good in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald because it can learn every HM that you need to beat the game. So it just has a lot of utility. And Water type is just very good for this game as well. There's no Grass type gym. So you don't have to worry about anything like that. Trico can do this. We're going to do a very tricky manipulation here. So if everything goes right, we will go in at level 8 and beat Roxanne, who is level 14 on her first Mon. Oh shoot, I forgot. I forgot to teach Bullet Seed first. That would be important. Got ahead of myself there. Okay, take 2. But this is where Trico can shine over Mudkip. Mudkip generally needs to fight the gym trainers in here, which is, the first one is 3 Pokemon. And the second one has 1 Pokemon, so that's 4 whole Pokemon that you have to fight and take down, go through all the cutscenes and all that stuff. Trico, if you do this correctly, can skip all of that, which is huge time save. So I'm manipulating every single turn in this fight, and I messed up. That's unfortunate. Okay, I think I was probably a frame early. Let's try one more time. I hit this 5 times in a row before the run, so of course we mess it up when the run actually starts. So we always get a 3-turn Bullet Seed there, which is very important to one-shot the Geodude. And then we time that input to hopefully get Harden. Okay, there's the 3 hits. That's very important. And we should see Harden. Perfect. Okay, now here's the last part. If I didn't mess it up... No! So close. Okay, we messed up the very end. I'll try to just get lucky here, see if we can get the kill. If you hit the last part, you'll get 5 hits and just win. Oh my gosh, we got 4 hits again. Okay. Give us a 5 hit and we're through. Okay, come on. Don't get a 2 hit, please. Yes, okay. Not exactly what it's supposed to look like, but we got there in the end. Don't need quick attack for this run. So, in a perfect world, we would have gotten a 3-hit Bullet Seed into a 5-hit Bullet Seed, which would always 2-shot the Nose Pass without getting any of those healing items. But it's pretty difficult to get it consistently. It's multiple 3 and 4 frame inputs back to back. But in the end, we still skipped 2 trainers overall, which is pretty good time save. First tile encounter is actually okay. We need to catch several things here. Hopefully you get in the ball. Oh my gosh, you did not get in the ball. Might need to take a detour for some more Pokeballs here. Oh my gosh. That's very unlucky.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna take a little shopping trip.
I can't help but feel like I'm to blame.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know if I like it.
You know, if we get really technical, the word Gaffy is printing extra frames of text every time, which
You're
technically
throwing
affects
off
the
his
RNG.
You're throwing off his groove.
Sorry, but you threw off the Emperor's groove.
Sorry.
Oh, I didn't think about it. That actually may have been what was affecting Wingle.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because
Wingle,
when the name
I don't
prints,
bug
it
with
adds delay.
Ooh. What if that was the reason you got Trico first time though?
You know, you could be right. So you win some, you lose some.
There you go. See, Gaffy? I got some right sometimes.
Yeah. I'm convinced that this run is far too big brain for me personally. But I like it, man.
Oh, nice crit there. That was convenient. This run has a lot of kind of complicated manipulations that go into it. None of them are really necessary to complete a run. They just make things a little faster, more consistent. People have done any percent manipless runs. That's been a new thing recently. Okay, I'm gonna grab this extra Pokeball just because I know we're low. Okay. Well, that's a good thing to know for the next SDAT. That, hey, maybe you should be careful of your player name. Or at least adjust accordingly. But now we're done with Roxanne. That's the first and only gym badge that we will need. Okay, so I'm trying to adjust on the fly a little bit now. If we have a longer name, that would mean that we need to go slightly sooner on our inputs. I think. Luckily, Abra is a pretty generous frame window. Spoiler alert, that'll be one of the next Pokemon that we catch. I'm just gonna check out that Pokemon Center for mysterious reasons. It's a surprise tool that'll help us later. You might have noticed that we kind of did a weird run and then walk and then run again. That's to avoid that NPC from seeing us. If you move in that way, she'll always be forced to look in a certain direction, and then she won't have time to turn and see you as you walk past her. And now we get to ride in a boat with this old man. He's pretty helpful, though. If he didn't exist, we would already be soft-locked, so... At least he gives us a little bit more content.
Shout out to the old man.
Shoutouts to Briny and his Pico. I kind of wish he would have just given us our Wingle. Instead of needing to suffer through that. Alright. Okay, I think I need to resave here. This is a scenario where step count can be a factor. So, in most Pokemon games, there's a kind of like a hidden stat that's referred to as happiness or friendship. And that actually increases when you take a certain amount of steps. There we go. The issue is, it's actually only a 50% chance per Pokemon to increase every time you take that certain amount of steps, which means that RNG is involved. And when RNG is involved, it's going to make things act differently than they would otherwise. So when your friendship steps happen during an RNG manipulation, then it's going to be inconsistent. Which is why sometimes you gotta run around for a little while and then save. Or you need to be conscious of how many steps you've taken. Okay, and this is a issue with Trico, that there is actually a small chance that you run into encounters here. Because even though we used a repel, we are only level 12. And repels don't actually just work on everything. They only work on Pokemon that you're lower level than, or that are lower level than you, sorry. So, in that one room of this cave, there are level 12 Pokemon. They're pretty rare, though. So, I mean, we only got one for that whole cave, which isn't bad. And we got to see a cool Sableye, so it's not all bad. And we're done with RNG manipulations for the run, so no more saving and quitting. Well, we might save, but we won't be intentionally quitting unless we die. So there is a gym down there. I'm not gonna check it out. We got no need for it. There is a harder manipulation that could have, you know, avoided that Sableye encounter, but because our step count was a little thrown off, we just made the easier play. Alright. Here we're gonna talk to Doc. He doesn't really get much of an introduction in this story, but he kind of helps us, tells us what to do next. And we have to talk to him because for some reason he makes these NPCs disappear. There's normally NPCs that are blocking the entrance to this museum, but not after we talk to him. And then this guy is actually the core of all glitches in Ruby and Sapphire. This one, Aqua Grunt. Team Aqua's the bad guys in this game, for those that don't know. But he has Thief, and Thief is very important. Abra will be our thief user. Wingull can use it, but it's not nearly as strong as Abra. And we teleport. And that's why we went into that Pokemon Center earlier. So we can teleport back quickly. So Abra kind of has multiple roles. Oh, I did not mean to quit. That was pure habit. There was no reason for me to do that. Just muscle memory at this point. Sorry, I lied. I said no more quitting. We quit anyways.
You know, winners never quit and quitters never win. But
That's
sometimes
right.
you have to quit to win.
Wise words.
Thank you.
I don't get it.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. And we're actually going to use Thief on our own Pokemon here. A little bit of friendly fire. This is very important though. The glitch has now activated. Things are already broken, which is pretty funny. We're gonna stall a turn here because he's using Bide. We don't want to die. Bide is kind of like a counter move, where if you take damage, you kind of release back damage after a couple turns. And there we go. That double battle is the easiest way to glitch the game. Really all you need is a piece of mail, a thief, and a double battle. And now we just need to catch a couple more things. Zigzagoon is fine, as long as we can get him. Hoping Absorb won't kill. Perfect. We need one more, and then we'll be good. We'll activate the glitch. We'll be good to go. Or not good to go, I guess, because we'll literally be breaking the game. Okay, I need this caterpillar to get in the ball, please. I don't want to die. It's a poison sting. Thank you. Okay, actually, I double lied. We will be saving and quitting again.
Again?
This time it's not for some weird, complicated RNG manipulation. It's for a funny thing. So.
Okay, I like the funny.
Funny things are good. We're gonna check Gaffy's PC. Hopefully there's nothing sketchy
let's
in
not
there.
do that. Let's not do that.
And then we're gonna deposit our Abra. Abra has teleport, which is kind of a blessing and a curse for this run, because it lets us get back to places quickly, but teleport is actually a really easy way to escape a soft lock. So that's a no-go for this point. Alright, and now is where the fun happens. So this is called the mail glitch. The mail glitch is kind of the core of all glitches in Ruby and Sapphire. There's a lot of stuff that comes from it. And one of those things is what I like to call QMM, or question mark mail, also known as tile corruption. So we'll give it to this Wurmple, and you can see all these spaces are now full of question marks instead of blank spaces. And that is a good sign for us. We're gonna write a little poem here. Lovey-dovey Puchiana Abra. Pretty normal stuff. And then we're going to save and quit. For the last time. Promise. So we have corrupted tiles on the map. Is one of the things that you can do. And then we're gonna do one more time. We're gonna get one more mail. And then instead of lovey-dovey, we're gonna say Volt Absorb Luciana Abra. Of course. And then... Oh! Here's our secret base. Or Blank's secret base. This is fine. This is cool. You know, I don't have any decorations. Nothing really cool here. I'd say let's pack up and try a new place. That's just my opinion. Let's try it out.
I agree, yep.
You know, okay, that's fine. We'll pack up. And... this is a problem. We are in a tree. We have become a tree, you could say.
This is like Fallout 3 all over again.
And once the save completes, that'll be time. There we go. Gaffy saved the game.
Hooray! I did it.
So you can see we're if you listen closely, I'll be quiet for a second. We're bouncing around in there. We're bonking against the trees around us, but we can't actually move anywhere. I can try to run, like I'm holding B. I can mash all the buttons. I don't have any...
What tree are we in?
We are in the tree that's in the direct center of the screen. So if you see that tree, like the rightmost tree on the bottom row, we are one tree above that.
Oh.
If we were one to the right or one below us, we could actually escape. You can walk out of a tree if there's an empty space adjacent to you, but we just so happen to be perfectly surrounded by trees on all sides. And you can't move diagonally, so we can't go down to that oranberry tree.
All right. Well, you know, it happened very fast.
It's a little bit of an anticlimactic ending.
It came up out of, I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh, we have our fort, and then it was over.
So, yeah, that glitch is abusing tile corruption to actually get ourselves out of bounds. We hopped over that ledge when we did that tile corruption. Ledges are kind of OP in that they force you to move. So if there was a ledge here, we could actually jump over it, even though we're in a tree. So we jumped over the ledge into an out-of-bounds location. Then we used that door, and we saved and quit on that door to move us down. That allowed us to then spawn a secret base. You go in that secret base, but then when you enter a secret base, the game needs to remember where you entered from. So it marks that location in memory. But when you exit, the game sees that that's an out-of-bounds location, and it does not like that, so it just says, you know, put them in the direct middle of whatever area they were in before. And they're like, that's close enough. So by doing that, you can check the map and count the pixels. This is the exact center of Route 104. And that's how that soft lock works.
Wow. That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yep. Do you have any plugs you want to, anything you want to shout out? Any plugs you want to do?
I stream any %. I also stream glitchless, sometimes softlock %, twitch.tv/BluMagma7. You can catch some crazy glitches and stuff over there. There's plenty of crazy stuff you can do. And yeah, that's about it from me.
All right. Well, thank you again so much. We're going to take a quick pause. We're going to pay the bills and keep the lights on. And when we get back, we'll be getting ready for our bonus run, which is Shaq Fu by Illegally Sam. Yeah, everyone's favorite Pokemon game. So don't go touching that dial. We'll be right back.